What's up, guys? Today we will be looking at the Infinix Note 60 Pro here. This is going to be a first for the channel as far as this brand goes. So really excited to see what they're all about. And yeah, this is going to be a mid-ranger, device. It'll be in that kind of category. So let's check out the presentation here. Snapdragon 7S Gen 4, 5G performance. We've also got 8 gigs of RAM, but it looks like it's extended with a 8 gigs of basically like virtual memory, 256 gigs of internal storage here. And we also do have on here active matrix display, so that's pretty cool. Also 6,500 milliamp hour battery, 50 megapixel OIS night master, so live photo mode, and a 3D ice core vapor chamber. So this thing should hopefully be pretty cool if we're doing a bit of gaming and stuff like that. So sounds pretty cool. I'm really more excited to hear what the speakers sound like tuned by JBL. Alright, so let's get this out. The box feels like it actually has quite a bit of stuff in here. Alright, so SIM ejection tool. We have looks like a case with a kind of like MagSafe ring on it. This is actually a first as well. I've never seen like one of those free cases that they give you come with a little ring. That's pretty cool. Alright. We'll set the phone aside real quick. So we got a charger. Looks like something else is right here as well. So this is should be okay, it's a USB Type-C cable. And what's this? Wow, you actually get headphones with this. That's crazy. So you get headphones. I have to check them out. They're green inside of here. Okay, they go in Type-C. It has a microphone, so yeah, you get headphones. And that's pretty cool. So you actually get a very good unboxing experience. I can't be mad at the unboxing experience at all because you get way more than you typically would get on flagship phone or even other brands like the A56. Another popular mid-ranger basically comes with nothing, just a charger cable. All right, let's get this off. So this is looks like a brown. This is actually a very pretty color. It's kind of like a brownish color, like a bronze color. That's pretty cool. I've never seen like a color like this, and it gets darker on the sides here. So this is a full premium design. The sides are metal, so I'm pretty excited. Let's go ahead and boot it up and set it up. I really like the way this looks. Some might say it looks like similar to an iPhone. I think the iPhone has one of the ugliest designs of all time in any phone. So this phone, I think, looks way better. So it's like the iPhone design, maybe a little bit better. I think, like I said, it looks way better. I'm a huge hater of Apple's new design, but yeah, let's go ahead and boot this up and set everything up and see what it's all about. Now, the button to the left is similar to Apple's kind of like action button. It's like they call it the one tap button, and basically you can set it to whatever you want. I have it set to the calculator, and like I said, you can set it to basically whatever, right? Because there's a custom button right here that you could click and go through all your applications, which I think is really cool. So it's something that I really like. Right, so from looking at the screen is pretty nice. It has a 1.5K resolution, or a 1208 by 2644. It's 429 for the PPI. You do have the Ultra HDR support, and this display, it is an AMOLED panel, and it's 144 hertz. So everything is very smooth and silky when you're just swiping through, or just looking at all the animations and stuff. Everything looks really nice. And yeah, I don't necessarily have any issues with the panel that I can see. Very nice color profile on here as well. So again, no actual issues with the screen on here. One thing that I noticed that with the screen is that you do have something similar to, or it's pretty similar to the dynamic island. So if I start the stopwatch, you guys can see we actually get basically the same thing that we would have on a dynamic island pop up right here, which I think is pretty cool. As far as the skin on here, so the skin on here kind of reminds me of Hyper OS and iOS. It's very similar, to those features here. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention was this phone has a IR blaster, which is crazy. So it's something that I really love. So I'm really happy to see the IR blaster. If you don't know, you can control your appliances, TVs, set-top boxes, lamps. It's very, very cool. So that's something I really like. But back to the skin, I like the animations. Everything is flowing really nice, and I don't necessarily have any issues with it. Animation consistency is definitely there for sure here. Everything, like I said, everything feels smooth. There is a few things here to note about the skin here. So when you have the Infinix AI features on here, which is nice. So you have translation, document assist, AI writing, AI theme generation. You have a bunch of little cool things that you can mess with, as well as just your standard kind of features. You guys know I'm not the biggest like AI person, but stuff that you would actually, use a lot. The circle to search, and also the Gemini is on here. They have their own AI system, but you can, change it if you want to. And yeah, as far as the skin, they have their own like browser and stuff like that, and their own applications, which is fine. Like I said, a lot of companies do this, like Samsung, Xiaomi, stuff like that. So overall, I think the skin is fine. I don't necessarily have an issue with it. So this is running Android 16 out of the box, and you get 3 years of major OS updates, and it has the Snapdragon 7S Gen 4, 256 gigs of internal storage, 8 gigs of RAM, UFS 2.2 is going to be on board here. And let's just hop into PUBG real quick and see. Now, one of the kind of surprising things here, just running PUBG, is that the phone does stay pretty cool. So that is really nice, but we're actually able to play at 90 frames, which is pretty good because most mid-rangers are kind of stuck at the 60 frames. So I'm really happy to see that. So it's playing very, very well. So yeah, so I think performance-wise, this is also another solid phone for people just trying to get, a little bit of gaming in. Call of Duty, PUBG is going to run, fine on here. And, maybe, most titles I would like to think would run pretty decent on here. So yeah, so I would say performance-wise, animations are smooth. Gaming performance is pretty nice, and we're not getting any serious overheating where we're getting like crazy FPS drops and just bad performance here. So I think performance on here, my first impressions is it's pretty good. Let's check out these speakers. We are at max volume. So I would say the speakers pretty much sound pretty much on par with like a lot of mid-range speakers. They do have the JBL sound on here. So looking at the sound mode, let's see if I switch it to music, what will I get? Yeah, I think they don't sound bad. But yeah, they don't sound bad at all. They just kind of are a little flat in the bass department. It's kind of really on par with like most mid-range speakers for the most part. There's a bit of bass presence, and the overall sound is okay. So I feel like maybe the JBL didn't do that much. But now the under the display fingerprint sensor, it is an optical one, and it works really well. The only thing I just really don't like when companies like put the fingerprint scanner like all the way at the bottom instead of like right here where your hand would naturally go, but it's fine because it feels like you have to, at least for me, you kind of have to do like a little stretch. But yeah, it's perfectly fine. As you guys can see, the animation is actually pretty smooth. If you guys check that out, you get like this really nice ripple effect. So it's almost like two animations. Yeah, there's like a light one, then it goes in with a nice little ripple. So that's actually pretty cool. As far as the cameras go, when you first come into the camera app, you'll see AI cam, you'll see video. There's a vlog mode on here as well with different presets. And of course, your just standard stuff, portrait. They have a street snap, which kind of changes the millimeters here. Super night, and then we also have some other modes here that are pretty useful, like dual video mode, and also the super macro mode, and then your slow motion, time lapse, and pro mode, stuff like that. That would be pretty useful. My first impressions of the cameras are pretty solid. I think the cameras are pretty much what you would expect from a mid-range phone. Actually doing pretty decent in like kind of like lower light situations. In good lighting, like today outside, it actually got the colors pretty accurate. I was pretty impressed. Punching into 2x is pretty good as well too. You can still remain a lot of detail, even though the digital zoom, since there's no telephoto lens, you can only go up to around like 15 times. But yeah, as far as my overall take on the camera situation, it's perfectly fine. I thought the photos came out looking pretty good, so I wasn't too mad. Pretty solid dynamic range. Again, the video was kind of okay. I kind of wish it had like 4K 60, but not bad. You get a good amount of detail with the shots, and it does a pretty decent job with color. So I was pretty happy with the images. This phone has a pretty massive 6,500 milliamp hour battery. I believe there's two versions, but again, this version that I have is a 6,500 milliamp hour, and it charges at 90 watts. You have 30-watt wireless charging. You have you can also do reverse wireless charging, 5-watt reverse wireless charging as well too. And yeah, it's pretty nice here. So I'm expecting screen on time to be really good, as I spend more time with it. I would say my first impressions of this device, it's really cool. I really like that. Even though it's kind of like a mid-ranger, it's offering a lot for the money that you pay for this phone. You get a lot of cool features. So let me know what you guys think.